Wade and Dwayne, that's right, Wade and Dwayne. Wade and Dwayne were working together writing an equation for the sequence 12, 36, 108, 324. Wade wrote t of n equals 4 times 3 to the n, and Dwayne wrote 12 times 3 to the n minus 1. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. One was using the zeroth term and one was using the first term, but it says make a table for the first four terms of each of their sequences. What do you notice? Okay, so let's see. So there's some disagreement here. Let's see. I'm going to sketch this table, and then for the first four terms, we're looking at one. Well, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's go ahead and let's do what we'll do. Uh, we'll do Wade first, right? Wade was 4 times 3 to the n, and Dwayne was 12 times 3 to the n minus 1. So if I plug 1 into Wade's equation, right, Wade, that's going to become 4 times 3, which is the number 12. So the first value there is 12. If I do a 2 into that, that's going to be 4 times 3 squared, which is 4 times 4 times 3 4 times 3 squared, 4 times 9, which is 36. If I put a 3 in there, that's 27, so it's 4 times 27, which is 108. And if I put in 4, it's going to become 81. 3 times, no, it's 4 times 81, which is 324. So those are my values for Wade. Now, if I compare that with what I'm getting over here for Dwayne, when I put 1 in there, that's going to become 3 to the 0 power, which is going to be 3 to the 0 power is 1, so that just becomes 12. And guess what? When I put a 2 in there, it's going to become 3 to the first, so it's going to be 12 times 3 is just 36. So you get this, right? So we totally have excellent evidence now that we can write these things one of two different ways. One is based on the zeroth term, right? The zeroth term for this sequence is the number 4, and the other one is based on the first term. If we're going to use the first term, we have to do this adjustment where we raise it to a power of n minus 1. If we're going to use the zeroth term, we're just going to use the n there. Fabulous. Let's continue here. It says, how do you think Dwayne explained his method of writing the equation to Wade? Well, I don't know, but they have exactly the same outputs. And Dwayne is using the first term, not the zeroth term. So maybe that's what he said. N is adjusted to n minus 1. So if you maybe he said this, hey, I'm writing mine based on the first term, and in order to do that, I'm just adjusting. I'm adjusting and by subtracting 1 from n. I don't know, maybe that's what he said. Let's go down here to the next one. It says for this sequence, oh my gosh, okay. For this sequence, Wade wrote t of n equals 1.2n, while Dwayne wrote, I can see this is the same thing, right? He's doing the same thing. Instead of using the zeroth term, he's using the first term. So Wade's using the zeroth term. So did I write this table down? Kind of. Not great, but there it is, right? So you can see that, yeah, it's the same values all the time, 10.3, 11.5, etc. So as long as we make this adjustment, right, where we change the n to n minus 1, it's totally fine if we use the first, it's totally fine if we use I need to erase that, the first term. This is the first term in the sequence, right? No problems. And then next it says, read the math notes about standard forms of a sequence in this lesson. Dwayne's equations are based on the first term of each sequence, not the zeroth term. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Let's move on.